Hello class, my name is Raphael Ward and this is my cloud presentation for CYB 525, Technology Implementation of Security Solutions. Okay, what exactly is the cloud? Many people are wondering that because they see it everywhere now. Cloud computing is just a general term for anything that involves delivering hosted services over the internet. There are mainly four services that make up cloud computing. They are IaaS, which is infrastructure as a service, PaaS, which is the platform as a service, and SaaS, which means software as a service, and lastly, DaaS, which means desktop as a service. We're going to cover all four and give you kind of an idea of why so many organizations, large and small, are turning to the cloud to host their data, as well as applications, security, and even virtual desktops. Okay, we're going to go to the next slide. And here's the types of cloud services I was just talking about. SaaS, this is short for software as a service. This service offers applications that are accessed over the web and are not managed by your company. Because once you have a cloud service subscription, they're going to do all the hosting. And this is why organizations want to go to the cloud because they don't want to have to worry about patches and security with these applications. The vendor will be responsible for all of that. Okay, PaaS, a platform as a service. This is the ability to build and deliver applications without the need of installing and working with IDEs, which are often very expensive. Also, users can also customize to the organization's specification the features they want to have included in their subscription. Okay, continue. IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service, offers a standardized way of acquiring computing capabilities on demand, and that is a big thing with the cloud, on demand over the web. This will include storage facilities, network, processing power, and even VPN, or virtual private networking capabilities. Yes, all of that can be done in the cloud. And desktop as a service is probably the most popular one that most people have heard of, but probably didn't know what it was. This is basically a virtual desktop you can access from anywhere. If your company is going to the cloud, they're probably going to give you a computer that has a virtual desktop. You wonder why you put your daughter's background picture on it, and then you log out and log back in, it's gone, and it looks just like it was brand new. That's because it's being hosted in the cloud and you cannot make changes. Now, depending on your organization's subscription, you can make changes because it just depends on what they're paying for. Okay, resource requirements. This will focus heavily on learning technology like Microsoft 365 in the software as a service. Because once you go to the cloud, you're going to have to know Microsoft 365 is the biggest one because everybody's going to use that. I believe Microsoft Windows is probably still on around 90% of the world's computers. So you can't get away from Outlook, Word, Excel, Microsoft Teams, and I use Teams a lot. I get asked that a lot at work. Why do I chat so much on Teams? That's just what I do. I can catch people when they turn green. That means they're online, and I try to catch them when I can. Emails, they may tell you they didn't get it. They may take a long time to respond, but if I see you online on Teams and I need you, I'm gonna ping you. Okay. And securing these kind of platforms is going to depend on the contract that you have with these vendors. And if you want the maximum amount of security, your company itself needs to have a great security policy. And the vendor you choose needs to be in line with you on what is important to you. You want to host data on these cloud systems, you may want to choose a really good service that's experienced with hosting that kind of data. Okay, in the PaaS, this model will consist of the software and hardware infrastructure to run applications such as the Windows Azure to deliver legacy apps. You will be able to use Visual Studio and .NET to build applications and services that are hosted in the cloud. Those are the four services that make up the cloud computing infrastructure. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I get two more left? IaaS, this is the ability to provision, process, and storage networks and other resources which enables the customer to deploy and run the software. Resources will be needed, and the knowledge of provision and management, that is very important for administrators, and monitoring and protecting server management, virtualization, and automation are must skill sets for IT professionals. DaaS, desktop as a service. Be really careful when you choose a subscription here. Excuse me. This will more than likely be the bread and butter of your company, and choosing the right DAS will be crucial. The main one I use and the one people are familiar with is Citrix. Citrix has been around a long time and they are very secure. Okay, virtualization platforms. Virtualization enables users to disjoint operating systems from the underlying hardware, which means users can run multiple operating systems such as Windows and Linux on a single physical machine at the same time. These operating systems are known as guest operating systems. The software deployment makes an abstract layer across the hardware and uses the resources of the host machine. Keep that in mind when you install a virtual machine on your computer or a server. Those of you install too many, they're going to slow your computer down. Virtualization also enables cloud users to purchase only necessary computing resources when they actually need it. And that will save the company a lot of money. Okay, deployment models. Public cloud deployment. This deployment is housed in public servers and are available over the internet. The service owner services and maintains as well as administrators all available resources. Private cloud is the same thing as public except a different owner. It's private and is maintained by a private company. Community cloud. This is hosted by multiple owners and usually involves similar industries and businesses with a shared goal. By sharing this, it will cut down on cost and it can be spent elsewhere like on security. A hybrid cloud environment. This deployment is a mixture of the best deployments between the others, and this is based on the needs of the company, of course, that is doing the cloud deployment. This deployment offers more flexibility and scalability because you're not limited to just one platform. Okay, cloud security and storage. Cloud computing is all the rage, but that doesn't mean it doesn't come with a lot of vulnerabilities and security risk. Hackers normally go where the data is because that is usually where the money is. Misconfigured cloud storage is a huge vulnerability and is exploited by hackers. That is mostly human error and can result in millions lost. There are many other vulnerabilities associated with cloud storage, and that is why it's so important when choosing a vendor to choose a reputable one with the history of protecting customer data against cyber criminals. Microsoft and AWS are two of the main ones that I would choose. Many people like Google, but I'm not completely there with Google just yet. And that concludes my cloud storage presentation. Have a blessed day.